Welcome back, everyone. I got a great Strand build for you. We're going to be doing everything with Strand. We're going to have amazing survivability, amazing damage, and the ability to suspend everything and have amazing grenade recharge rate. With this build, we're going to have crazy damage with the Lucky Pants and have great ad clear. We're going to be combining this with a bunch of amazing mods, and I got some great explanation on what I'm doing in this build. This is an absurdly strong build that we're going to be running with the Woven Mail, basically having Woven Mail at all times. With the Crimson Exotic Hand Cannon, we're getting our health back, so this combo of Woven Mail and health regeneration makes you basically invincible. Because of Crimson's massive amounts of damage, we're going to be constantly getting grenades with our Threat of Generation, which I'm going to highlight in our subclass. And I got some great mods for you guys that will really improve your subclass, and I really think this video will help you if you guys have tried this build in the past. This build definitely works well, and I tried it in the hardest GM, and it is just excels beyond belief. It is absolutely amazing for any hard content, and I really think you guys will enjoy this. And as always, guys, you guys are the part that makes this channel fun for me. I love to see your comments, so don't be too scared to put them in there. And I love some little controversy and see what you would rather change in this build. And if you guys have any other build ideas, I would love to see them. I love to critique any builds because I do feel pretty proficient in the game and knowing the mechanics, so I can normally figure out some hard builds and put together some great builds for you guys. It meant so much that you guys stopped by. And let's get on to the subclass. Here we go, guys. And for our subclass, we are running Marksman Dodge. This is going to give us the fastest cooldown, and it's going to reload our weapons. With Crimson, we're going to always want to have our gun reloaded because you need to use the perk on Lucky Pants at full magazine. So let's say we run out of our perk cooldown and we're able to use it again. We want the fastest method to get it reloaded, swap to your other weapon, and then swap back to have the perk going. So we have Marksman Dodge, and we have Threat of Ascent, which is when we throw our grenades, we're going to reload our gun. So we have multiple ways of reloading, which is going to really help this build out. And let's say, even if we're not using our perk, this can really help if we don't hit all of our headshots to reload the weapon, and we need to kill a bunch of ads in front of us. We are also using Threat of Generation. This is going to kind of combo with Widow Silk because we get so much Threat of Generation procced. We're going to get tons of grenade energy, and because Crimson does so much damage, we're going to keep running out of that one grenade stack. So the second grenade stack is going to keep the overflow so we never lose any of our energy. Then we're going to be using Reaper mods on our cloak as we described before, so we can pick up orbs from that and our helmet mods. And then we're going to pick up the orbs, get the Woven Mail, which is a 50% buff to our armor. And then we're going to have the Crimson proccing health regeneration almost at all times. And we're going to have Woven Mail almost at all times. So we basically become invincible like 50% of the time. And it's very hard to die when you have Woven Mail and you're getting tons of kills with Crimson, even if there's large amounts of ads. Lastly, we're using Thread of Mind, which is going to give us some class ability energy, which is our dodge. We're going to be constantly getting dodge to proc Reaper from getting kills of our suspended grenades from the Shackle Grenade. And let's say if we want to use a Snaring Slam, this is a very loose part of the build. We can change this if there's new aspects in the future. But this build actually help us get our dodge back if we decide to use our Ensnaring Slam if we have a bunch of enemies around us. Then we're using the Shackle Grenade to keep our suspended enemies, which is very important in this build. Okay guys, for our mods, we are running a kinetic orb spawner on our helmet. This is going to allow us to get multi-kills with our hand cannons, so we spawn orbs. We're going to be doing a lot of Crimson kills, so this is going to really come in handy for our Woven Mail to rock. We're going to be running 2 bolstering detonations on our arms. This is going to give us a large amount of class ability when we hit our grenade. We're going to be constantly using our grenades, and we're really going to need a lot of dodge cooldown to get more Woven Mail. So this is going to help cycle back into him. I always love the little Heart of Most Light kind of style buffs of buffing each other's abilities. So that really makes it fun. With our Kickstarters also, we also feed into our grenades just from there. This is also going to feed in from our class ability. We're going to be picking up orbs from all the other things. So we're going to be getting those charge stacks for the Kickstarters. We're going to be getting a little bit of health and a little bit of class ability energy. So it's just really going to come in handy. With also, our orbs are going to give us kinetic damage buff, which is 17%. This is going to help Crimson's damage even more. Against adds, champions, and anything, this is our only buff for our weapon. So this with the Lucky Pants is going to do some absurd damage and really fill that space and allow the gun to perform even without Lucky Pants procced. With the recently buffed kinetic primaries and also the hand cannons being buffed as well, the Crimson hand cannon does absurd amounts of damage even without Lucky Pants procced. And lastly, we can't forget about our cloak. We're going to be running 2 bombers because we're almost always using our dodge, so we're going to be constantly proccing this to get more grenade energy, so we're kind of cycling them back and forth with our bolstering. We're also going to be running the Reaper, which is one of the most important mods in this. After we use our dodge, we're going to be getting the orb spawn. The orb spawn is going to give us the charge for our grenade energy, extra class ability, and a little bit of health. Plus, it's going to give us our woven mail on our subclass. This is going to really greatly improve our survivability, with being able to spawn orbs in 2 different separate uses. With our primary kinetic head spawner that's going to spawn orbs after multi-kills with our Crimson. Then we also have the dodge kills. So basically we get our dodge and then we get a Crimson kill and then we'll spawn another orb. So we're basically always getting woven mail. Plus with our infinite suspension grenades with all of our mods that we just described and our high levels of damage with our fragment on our subclass that of threat of generation, we're going to be constantly having grenades because of how much high damage the Crimson does. This plus all of our mods is going to allow us to constantly be spamming grenades, which is going to constantly allow us to suspend targets. This level of grenades and suspension competes with the best Strand builds that other creators have posted, but I believe that with the amount of damage that Crimson puts out, it's easier to spawn orbs and easier to get that woven mail. So there's higher survivability and there's the same amount of suspension, so I don't see any downside to this build. It was just such a blast to run in the Mars Battlegrounds, and it just really means a ton that you guys stopped by. And if you guys are new, please leave a subscribe, or if you guys have enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It means so much that you guys stopped by, and I really hope you guys have an amazing day. Guy behind again. He's Ogie.
Watch out, watch out.
Ogie. Give me that! Yes, sir! my orb.